Hi y'all. Welcome to Reelin' with Rachel in Rachel's Backyard, where we're coming at you with a different sort of video. I'm a Christian. Woo! I never wanted to be that person that's like, I'm a Christian on social media, blah blah blah. But I feel like it's doing a disservice to y'all because I've been able to get a lot of insight that I think as mothers it's hard to get. And so today I was digging down in Exodus where Moses, was called after the burning bush and everything, and he was called to go with Aaron to go talk to the Israelites and say, hey, we're gonna save y'all. Look at all these fancy tricks God showed me how to do, or that God is doing through the staff and through me. Not showing me how to do it, wasn't sleight of hand, but and so they're like, yeah, he's gonna help us. God finally heard our prayers, because they had been praying this whole time as they're slave driving. Like, they prayed the whole time. So even when you're down and you're like, he's not listening to me, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. So pray anyways, and pray about everything. So anyways, but then, Moses goes to Pharaoh and the other leaders, and they're like, we gotta put a stop to this. So you know what Pharaoh did? It says here, they are lazy, and this is what they're crying out, let us go and sacrifice to our God. And he said, no, make the work harder for the people so that they keep working and pay no attention to the lies. Now this is Pharaoh talking, and he's calling what Moses is saying lies, and that wasn't lies. It wasn't lies. And so our lie might be different things. It might be the calling you have on your life. It might be the attention you give to your kids. Like, these might be the lies that our society says we shouldn't pay attention to, and that's not true. We should be paying attention to our kids. We should be doing our callings if we have that passion in our hearts. We should be doing these things, but there are things to keep us from it. And they had to do physical labor. We live in a society now where we don't really have to do that much physical labor for the most of us. Like, our jobs are intellectual, our jobs are data entry. Like, we do a lot because machinery and technology has taken over the physical labor. So it's not physical labor that's we're in danger of anymore. Hold on. But let me go into a little bit of detail about what they had to do. It says, then the slave drivers and the overseers went out and said to the people, this is what Pharaoh says, I will not give you any more straw for your bricks. You have to go out and find your own straw. Like, but you still have to get your work done. He made extra work for them. He made extra physical labor so they could not listen to the lies, so they could not listen to the things they should be doing, so they could not listen to taking care of their kids in the way that we should, and on the level and depth that we shouldn't take or do our callings, that we shouldn't do these things that is asked of us, that is noble of us, that we need to do to keep us safe. We're going to have extra work, and that extra work for us doesn't look like muscle work. It doesn't look like that anymore. It looks like distraction. We have so much information, so much content, so much stuff that we are addicted to with our social media, and that is a huge distraction. That is what is keeping us from being in depth in our relationship with our kids. That is what is keeping us from acting on the calling of our lives. Like, we aren't meaning to do this. We'll subscribe to the good messages. We'll subscribe to the things, the causes that we are believing about. We subscribe to these things, and it's all mixed up in the feed, so that when we see something that's going to take a chunk of our time, it's work we have to do, like watching this inspirational video, like doing these things that aren't easy. They aren't instant gratification. We're like, I can look at it later because there's going to be something funny down here. Chances are there's going to be something funny down here. That's why we keep scrolling, is because the dopamine hits, or whatever it is, that brain reward system is like, I know that there's something funny like down here. That's the same thing we get at casinos. I know that if I keep hitting this button enough, there'll be bling, bling, bling. So we have to be aware that the extra work keeping us from our callings and our parenting and whatever it is for you, that's just, I only know me. And so that is what it is for me. Whatever it is for you, make it apply to your life, that we are being distracted from the things that are valuable to us, that we need to pay attention to. And for me, the biggest distraction is social media. You better believe that I'm always checking, like, how many people have seen my stuff, how many people like my stuff. I have that problem, and it's causing a problem within my parenting and within my calling. And so we have to set limits. If the social media isn't for you, we have to set limits. And you know what? I Googled how to be intentional with social media, and there was nothing for the regular person. Like it was talking about how to be intentional for nonprofits, how to be intentional with social media for your business to make it boom. And there was nothing for the regular person. I don't know if it's just because I didn't Google enough or because we are just now for the first time paying attention to this. So the only thing I can think of, and you need to think about this too if this is your same problem, is maybe we need to set parameters. Maybe I only look at social media from this time to this time. Maybe I don't do the scroll. I set notifications on the things that are important to me. Like on YouTube, you can set that, like the little notification, so you get a notification when that comes in, and then I know it's there. I don't have to look for it. Because a lot of times, I know me especially, I'll be like, oh, I'll see it when I see it, and no, I'm not gonna see it. I will see it, and then I'll keep going because my brain isn't in the intentional state of mind. It's in the like just binge eating, or yeah, kind of like binge eating, binge consuming, just and that is not being intentional. So we have to be intentional. We have to set parameters. Maybe it's you only check it from 1 hour of the day from 8 to 9 or after bedtime or whatever it is, but don't let it seep into your life. Don't let it be extra work to keep you from focusing on what you need. Life is hard right now. Life is different right now. Life is in a stage that has never been this way, and that's not bad. That's not bad. Life is beautiful. Life is great. Life is all this stuff, but we have different things we have to worry about. We have to be aware of how we need to behave to keep ourselves healthy, keep our families healthy, and by doing those two things, keep our nations and our world healthy. So thank you for listening. I'm excited to keep sharing these kind of messages. So please be on the lookout. Notification dink. I'm just kidding, but for real, we can do this. We got this. Fist bump. See you on the flip side. Bye.